a bond, a brotherhood, a band of bandits who live to play the game they love. The Grizzly baseball class of 2014 most certainly will not be defined by the size of their class, but by the size of their accomplishments. Long, Alvord, Church, Bates, Strickland, Van Camp, Allen, Fields, Spittler, Green, Carpenter, Norton, Fidanza, Payne, and McGranahan. Too big to fit in one room, I spoke with this group of Grizzlies who had even more to say. One of the unique things you guys all had to do was transfer here to George Gwinnett. Why did you come here to GGC?
I heard about this place, and it was close to home, so I came up here, walked out with Andy Threet to go see Coach Stromdahl, and they're throwing a bullpen just over there in the lawn. There wasn't a field or anything, and I was like, what is this? And he showed us the plans for the field and everything, and I was like, this could be something cool.
Good opportunity. Stromdahl, when I came here, it was the spring before our first fall. And so this place we're at right now and the field out there was a sloped hill covered in kudzu. And so, you know, I came here on a lot of faith, but Stromdahl did a good job at convincing me what this program had in the future, and it's definitely lived up to expectation, and I'm pleased with my decision.
Just coming from, I played at Gordon and just not having a locker room, and our field was 20 times worse than that, and just getting all our gear for free, and I mean, it's a blessing. So I feel very grateful that we got all this stuff.
I mean, this is the first time I've actually had my own, baseball stuff I got, and I was, excited about that. So, and the facilities are unreal. So
I saw the plans developing before I left for JUCO, so I really wanted to come here. It's my backyard.
This is home. I mean, I'm 10 minutes down the road, and I've always been here, and I just want to keep playing and want to give up.
This is right in my backyard. This is where I grew up. Baseball is huge around here, and it's great. It's really great to be a part of it. I walked on last year after I had shoulder surgery, so this is all just a blessing.
Yeah, I grew up about 10 minutes on the road, and this was very close to home. And I knew a lot of these kids growing up, playing against them in college, junior college, and then played against Alvord in high school. And it's just great to have these talented kids on your team.
For me personally, spending 2 years at Auburn and 1 year at University of Tampa, it's been night and day being here at George Gwinnett. I mean, I was another number at Auburn, I felt like, another number at Tampa. I was actually, the coaches are really hands-on with each individual player. You feel the love from these coaches. They're like my second parents, my second family. These players are like my brothers, and it's just an awesome experience to go out there on the field every day and be able to play beside these players and coaches. It's top-notch facility, the best, anything you want, you got it. It honestly is a program, in my eyes, from what I've seen, run as close to perfect as you can possibly get.
What's the story you'll tell forever?
Oh, that's plenty, man. We've had a great time this year. Ain't nothing but laughs.
I guess 20 win streak was pretty cool. I mean, it's not really a story, but 20 wins in a row is pretty freaking cool. I think that's hard to do no matter, competition, whatever. 20 wins, I think that's something I'll tell people. So I was up to part of 20 win streak.
I'll say I've never seen anybody do a front flip over second base and roll their ankle, and it was really humorous to me.
Who would be the guilty party
Big
here?
Rob Payne. But, I mean, this.
Don't lock coach in the bathroom.
Yeah, don't lock the coach in the bathroom. On the bus bathroom.
Yeah.
Who was the victim of that?
That was me.
They locked him in the bathroom on a road trip on the bus, and he let it go. He let it go by for like 2 weeks, and Sloan hadn't catch in a minute. So he said, "Sloan, you're catching next inning. Get in there. Go put your gear on and stuff." And he sprayed Sloan's catcher gear with like poop spray. So the whole rest of the game he was catching, he was smelling like poop, and he was just like, what is this? What is this? And then Coach Ronoff finally told everybody what he had done, and everybody stayed away from Sloan because he smelled like poop.
Say we have an alumni game next year, made up of you seniors. Let's say it's Coach Ward versus Coach Stromdahl. Who's the first pick in the alumni draft?
First overall pick, Tyler Carpenter.
Anybody else?
Well, if
it's
you're
not a bad
going, if you're going with hitting, you gotta go with Bates or probably Fields. If you're
Yeah,
going with
definitely.
defense, you want to go Johnny. If you want to go pitching, you want to go Carter.
It was Austin Smith that said that there was the pitchers go practice and the non-athletes go to the other side of the field to practice.
We throw in left field. The athletes are in left field every single day, and we throw the non-athletes out in right field.
How could we settle who's an
We
athlete?
talked about
We'll
it.
play a game.
Yeah, we talked about playing a game.
I'll face. I mean, you all.
We can play
talked about-
basketball, baseball, football.
Say, last time we inter squad, I think the scores were like 10-9. So offense, position players definitely won that one.
Definitely one.
Are you
for sure.
speaking on behalf of the offense?
Oh,
'Cause
for
you,
sure.
you do both. You can dip
Position
in both
players,
pools.
athletes, pitchers, half-leads.
Anybody have a good impersonation of Coach?
Coach Moyle from Rochester, New York. Go Bills. Hey, when you get your leads, don't hop. Van Camp, come back to the bag, sprint back to the bag. I'm gonna hit you over the head, you Jim Brony. Now, let's go.
I got a Dan Holcomb.
Let's hear it.
So pretty much whenever Dan talks, he just uses his hands. He goes up and down and side to side. So it doesn't matter what he's talking about. He'll be like, hey, you know, when you're pitching and you're here, you should be here. Instead of here, you're here. You got it here, not here, here. And then it could be talking about something completely different. He'd be like, all right, so when you're driving, your hand is here, but it should be here. But it's here when it's not here, and it needs to be there when it's there.
I got Strom Dog.
Okay.
So this team likes to come out here and they like to bunt. So they like to bunt. And we're gonna throw strikes, and when we throw strikes, they're gonna have to bunt, or it's gonna be strikes. And when we have strike, does that make sense? Does that make sense? When we have strikes, good things will happen. Does that make sense? Does it? Oh, yeah. Okay. That
That's
makes
pretty
sense.
good.
Guys,
Pretty
it's
good.
simple.
Coach Strombo.
It's simple.
It's simple. It's simple.
It's simple. Go to class. We don't have many rules. Then he goes down a whole list of like 30 rules. It's like,
He says okay after everything.
it's simple.
Okay.
Or if you got to lead off better, hey, he will bunt. He will bunt.
He's a dude. He's a dude.
What has this team accomplished this season so far?
20-game win streak.
I believe someone said down versus LSUA that we were the first team in the nation to 40 wins.
To start off as your first year eligible and do what we've done has set the road forward for other teams coming through here to be very successful and make a name for this program here.
I'd have to say like a bond, like just how we mesh together and all that. We all get along, and if we don't, 10 minutes later we're all cracking jokes at each other and having a good time.
What is there left to be accomplished?
Ring.
A
Man.
lot.
Give me some ideas.
Once we go to coach, talk about once we go to tournament, man, 0-0 because we could get knocked out. The season can be over like that.
Clean
you know?
slate.
All this 40 wins for nothing.
I've been a part of two 40-win teams, man, and it goes away. Like you think you're gonna win, but you lose to somebody and it sucks.
It don't
So,
matter. It don't matter how many wins you have.
What would you have to do to get that biggest ring?
Win it all. Got to get hot at the right time. That's all it's all about. We I've been a part of two 40+ win teams, and we've gotten that much closer, but we couldn't get over the lump, you know. And it's about who gets hot at the right time. The regular season, once you get to the playoffs, none of that matters anymore. You know, we preach 0-0 all the time, so that's what we got to live by, being 0-0 all the time. Can't take anyone for granted. You know, we got to go out and play the game that we know we're capable of playing.
Team chemistry is huge from personal experience. In high school, I was fortunate to win a few state titles, and a couple of those teams we had minimal talent, but the chemistry was so close, and you knew you had the support of your teammates, and that you weren't scared to make a mistake because you knew someone was picking you up, and you know we won that way. And I feel like the chemistry we have on this team has got to the point where it can take you a long ways.
I think the biggest thing is just leaving it all on the field for us seniors. I mean, some of us, or most of us, I mean, there's not really a great chance of getting drafted, obviously. And, you know, this is it. We got to leave it all on the field.
Who's somebody out there that you want to thank that's helped you get to where you're at today?
Oh, definitely my parents. And my dad's, stayed behind me through everything. I had a coach in high school. He was a pitching coach. Came in, it was Jason Johnson. He came in and he changed me from just wanting to do everything on my own to wanting to buy into what he was teaching me. And I still talk to him this day, every day. I mean, he's been there through it all. And my grandparents always just to motivate. My grandmother just told me just don't worry about anything, just come out in the wash. And I listen to my grandma very good. She's a very strong figure in my life.
Hey, obviously, my parents, man, they're really good people. A lot of these guys know them, and they're just good parents. They'll do anything for you, and they always have my entire life. So obviously them, and then coaches, my high school coach, any coach I've ever had, you always learn something from somebody, even if it's just a little bit of information or knowledge. So I've had many coaches, I've picked up many different things, but I definitely have to say that the most influential coach I've had is probably Stromdahl, and I think a lot of us could probably say that. He really gave us, he gave me a golden opportunity to come here. If I went somewhere else, I wouldn't have the same opportunities I have here. I don't believe that at all. So I definitely just coaches. And there's too many to name. Teammates, teammates affect you positively, negatively. They're good friends, teammates for life, stuff like that. So, just anybody who's just involved with the game when I was growing up playing it till now.
Obviously, my mom, my dad, both my grandmas, and then my grandpa's been a huge influence on my life. He's a freaking man. It's the only way to say it. And then I've had family is really big. I'm really big on family, so it's good that I'm down here and I'm close to my aunt. She lives down in Atlanta. I could be around them. I didn't really have that kind of support system that I had at my old school. So there wasn't really anybody. Everyone was 5 hours away. So having family close is really a big thing for me. And then to piggyback on camp, teammates. Everyone here has just been so positive and so uplifting. It's been great.
My parents, my dad, he's thrown, I don't know, probably 17 years of BP to me, and I've hit him numerous times, but I wouldn't be able to hit like I do today without him and God, because he gave me the ability to do this, and I've been blessed to go through college and have some scholarship money and stuff because of it, and obviously all the coaches I've ever had growing up, and high school coach and little league coaches, and Coach Stromdahl, though, man, pretty much took a shot in the dark on me. I don't think he really knew who I was, and I seen an email and he gave me an opportunity, and I got to keep going. So I can't thank him enough.
I definitely have to see my family, no doubt, and they've supported me all the way. There's been some days or some years where baseball looked like it was about to end, and they got me through it. Just by helping me out, get contacts out there, and especially my dad and my brother. My older brother, they definitely helped me out. And then, just to piggyback on everybody else, Stromdahl, just like you said, he took a shot in the dark and gave us a shot, And now we're here at the finale.
I'd say my parents, of course. My father's done so much stuff for me. I know camping and some of my father's, it's a nut job. And I ain't probably mentally stable either, but he's helped me out so much. My mother, of course, my family, everyone. But I guess this team is really, I don't have family real close. So this team this year personally has been the biggest for me, because this is all I got, and my teammates and my brothers and my boys. Everyone knows my business. You can ask anyone to know everything about me, because this is all I got. So Stromdahl, my team, the facilities, everyone, faculty, staff, everyone knows, because this is my home. As of my senior year, this is my home. I want to make it that way. So the biggest part about this year is GGC is I'd say that's my biggest. I think GGC for my senior year, everything.
I probably have to thank my parents, man. They've been there supporting me through each game I've played throughout my life. They've pushed me. They've told me when I've done wrong, pushed me in my schoolwork. Just them pushing me has brought me to where I am today, and I'd like to thank them.
Definitely my parents, my dad especially, for dragging me to the cages as a little boy. Hitting basically every day, and I loved it. That's what I wanted to do. So they supported me through my ups and downs, and I'm more than thankful. And I owe them everything.
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank Jesus Christ for giving me the ability to be out here and play this game, and the talent He's blessed me with. And it's been great ride for me if this is my last year, and I want to thank my dad for pushing me along the way, and my mom for supporting me, and as of recently, my wife. I think I've seen her less than I've seen my teammates, so she's always there for me though, and it's great, and couldn't ask for any more support out of my family and my wife as it is right now, my teammates around me, and these coaches. So it's been a blessing to be here.
I'd have to say my family, with my dad taking me to the cages. We didn't always see eye to eye. We butted heads in the cages, but we got together afterwards and made it work. And you know, my mom's always been there for me. So after I got heated with my dad, yeah, my brother's been there to help me out, and sister as well.
I want to thank God also for giving me the opportunity to play this game. But my aunt, a lot of the coaches that I've previously had in contact with, they helped me out throughout my career. Parents, grandparents.
First, my family, of course, my mom, dad, brother and sister, and then my Aunt Mina, which always tries to come to every game. And then secondly, coaches, because I want to be here without, you know, some of the coaches in the past have, you know, their own way, but the ones we play for right now, I really cherish these moments, and, you know, I'm thankful for them.
Like they say, it goes without saying, you know, your coaches, like Rob just said, the ones here are the best ones I've ever been around and taught me a lot. But my dad is definitely the one who's the basis behind my, you know, where I'm at today. And he's kept me strong in my faith, and he's driven me to be, you know, in a place I'm excited I am.
What determines failure or success this season?
Probably our will, you know. We have all the ability and all the talent we could ever ask for. It's more of just, you know, focus and will. Like, are we going to will ourselves to win the game over the other team?
First time Georgia Gwinnett hosts a regional, I think we're pretty pumped up, and we want to send a message out there to every other team coming out of this thing, heading into the World Series, that yeah, this might be our first year to compete for a national championship, but we will be in the hunt for that national championship after this regional.
That playoff atmosphere is where we're going to compete the best. I think our best baseball is ahead of us.
These Grizzly baseball seniors will continue their legacy heading into the NAIA National Championship. The Grizzlies will host one of the opening round sites at home in Lawrenceville, Georgia, at the Grizzly Baseball Complex on May 12th through the 15th. I'm Matt Mahoney for the Grizzly Digital Network.